Okay, I've tried to make this video several times, and every time I do, either my internet crashes or I get a phone call and I have to run around because I'm going to South Carolina tonight to visit a friend. So I'm gonna try it now. I have my beer, I have my cigarette, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collective. I hope. Um, I do want to put you asked for my position, so I'm going to give it to you, but I do want to put a precursor to this video. Imagine, if you will, a school child. They're slightly ignorant to most things. If we were talking about gay marriage, discussion of same-sex equality, all that stuff, I'd be right on my soapbox. But atheism, theology, religion, and philosophy are a little... I know them. My phone. I know them enough to to tell you my position, but if my position seems ignorant, by all means, feel free to reach across the internet superhighway, slap me across the face a few times, and tell me why I'm wrong. But here's my position. My roommate described her coming into her theist ideas, her atheist beliefs, or non-belief, as it were, as the day that she stopped believing in God was the day that it was the happiest day of her life. Because then, when she stopped living by these rules and she just started living life to its fullest, she became happy. And that's not to say that she doesn't have morals. It's just to say that she doesn't, follow the doctrinations of any one religion or any religion at all. So, you know, now, my position. I'm a gay man, so I cannot in any way, shape, or form be prejudicial towards any group of individuals for their beliefs. Even Satanists or satanic cultists have a right to believe in what they want to believe in. I can't hold that against anybody, and I never have, and I never will. Um, and if atheists choose to believe in non-deity or no God, that's cool. You said in one of your videos that religion or organized religion is nothing more than a coping mechanism, and I fully agree with you. And being a sometimes, strong-hearted but weak-hearted individual and an emotional person, here's why clinging on to a god or a godlike theology is important to me, or maybe not important, but is required for my existence at this point in time in my life. Um, I have lost a great many mentors and a great many loves in my life to death. I watched my father die of cancer. I watched my Uncle Roger have a heart attack, at the peak of his life. I watched my grandmother pass away. I watched my grandfather pass away on my mom's side, both of them. And then I watched also my grandfather pass away on my father's side. Um, I've lost a great deal of people that I truly and honestly care about to death. The three people that I cling on to now are my twin sister Shannon, who actually is in Harrogate, England right now because her husband's stationed in the Navy, my mother, and my other sister Brandy. What disturbs me is the thought that if there is no belief in God, and I have no belief in God, and there is no such thing as faith or God or anything, is that the last time I saw my father will be the last time I ever see my father. The last time I see my mother will be the last time I ever see my mother or my sister or my twin sister. And that hurts to the point where like tears are starting to come out of my eyes, but I'm holding back the crying because I don't want to sob to you. I barely know you. I don't need to cry out on you the first date. Nice video about trying to get the ring off though. That was cute. Um, but And I know this is all from a very emotional standpoint. I mean, I don't have any scientific fact or basis, and I'm not a stupid individual or an ignorant Christian who thinks that Christianity is wonderful. Oh yes, 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 love, peace, joy. No, for lack of terminology, what they call us in the States, your bundle of sticks is a gay person. I'm a fag. I'm a queer, and Christians ridicule and persecute me just as much as anybody else. Do I believe some? If in my beliefs, I believe some of the things in the Bible, such as in the Beatitudes when Jesus said, you know, those who are persecuted in my name shall inherit the kingdom of heaven. You know, I cling to words like that because I want to know that I'm persecuted in Jesus Christ's name, but eventually I'm going to inherit some kind of cosmic reward, I guess you could call it, for my suffering. And I agree with everything you said in your video when you said that if there was a God, there would be no suffering. He would not put pain receptors, you know, if you got attacked by an animal or shot by a gun. My father wouldn't have had to have died of cancer for 4 agonizing years. My father didn't get cancer and then die. My father got cancer and then kept cancer for 4 fucking years and then died. So I completely agree with you when you say that how can there be a God when there is this much pain and suffering in the world? Um, Another one of my favorite quotes, which is not from the Bible, but it was just a little poster I saw one time with a picture of Jesus, and it said, "He never said it would be easy. He just said it would be worth it." I believe in trials and tribulations. I believe that we are put through a test of faith, and believe we are put through um, everything. You know, God said, you know, I will never give you more than you can handle in one day. Um, have I felt that that's wrong on occasions? Yeah. I mean, I was molested at age 15 by a bus driver who felt the need to, you know, have his way with little boys, you know, and he wasn't even a fucking priest, for Christ's sake. I was a fucking altar boy at a Catholic church before I moved down south and became a Baptist. I was never touched by a priest once. It was a fucking bus driver who did it. I mean, come on. You know? A guy charged with the safety of driving your kids home from school after school is the one that molested me. Um, but I understand atheism, and I understand how easy it is to say there is no God. I also understand Christianity and other theologies to say, well, there must be a God because all of this couldn't have just went poof, and here it was. Um, but I again agree with you when you say it's a coping mechanism, and it really is. Religion is a coping mechanism across the board. Religion is most undoubtedly a coping mechanism because when the hardcore Bible thumping Christian needs support, the first thing they look to is the Bible, and they find with a fine-tooth comb and a pen, they will find verses and verses that support what they're going through, you know, and or what their belief is on any whatever number of topics. And my answer to that is simple. I don't go to church because I don't feel I need to go to church to talk to God. I stopped being a Catholic because I feel that it's against moral code for me to confess my sins to a fellow sinner. I really don't have a religion anymore. I'm really what I like to call myself a godlike theologian or um, um, a worshiper of deities. I believe that God has many forms and many shapes, and I believe he has many manifestations. You know, I have a hard time believing that the Buddhist God and the Jewish God and the Hindu God and the Muslim God are all different gods. Because clearly, all different gods didn't create this earth. I believe that in his wisdom of creating separate cultures, that he manifested himself in different ways. To Buddha, he was an amazing thought person. He was an amazing love of life. To the Muslims, he was about community and family. To the Jews, he was about tradition and values. To the Christians, he was about sinning and saving. And I don't know. You know, again, I know that all this is going to sound like complete, utter rubbish to you and ignorant ramblings about bullshit that I have no clue what I'm talking about. And I'm expecting that I'm driving 2.5 hours away, so I'm going to be gone for at least 6 or 7, 10 hours. And I have no doubt in my head that you are undoubtedly going to send me a video message saying, you twit, you witless git, you smack, smack, smack. But